From coast to coast, travelers tonight are facing delays and cancellations. A strike is on at American Airlines.
Police find the bodies of an elderly couple inside their Forest Grove home. They have a suspect. Now they're looking for a motive.
And John Voight, Rick Schroeder, and Louis Gossett Jr. tell their stories about the making of the return to Lonesome Dove.
My name is Fred Woods, producer and cast member of Northwest Hunter. Join us as we travel the Northwest, Canada, and Alaska on some great hunting trips. We'll introduce you to some habitat reclamation and game management projects, as well as some insight on products and services to make your hunting trip a good one. Come join us as we hunt in your beautiful Northwest area. We'll have a great season together.
You're watching KOIN TV. Now, live from KOIN Center, Mike Donahue, Shirley Hancock, Randy Querin with weather, and Ed Whelan with sport. The Northwest's most experienced news team. This is Newsroom 6.
Free traders welcome President Clinton to Seattle, still riding high on his NAFTA victory.
His next goal, drive down trade barriers around the world.
Good evening. It's 42 degrees in Portland at 11 o'clock. I'm Mike Donahue.
And I'm Shirley Hancock. We'll have more on Seattle's trade conference in just a moment. First, a nationwide strike that is changing travel plans tonight for thousands of people.
Air travelers struggled through delays, flight cancellations, and missed connections after American flight attendants walked off the job today.
Cor Harlan is standing by at Portland International Airport, and isn't it expected to get worse tomorrow, Cor?
Well, Shirley, it could get a lot worse if pilots decide to walk out with the flight attendants. They were in the process of doing that today. We may not know if that happens until tomorrow, but if pilots do decide to walk off the job, it'll get a lot worse. Over my right shoulder, you can see what's left of a whole slew of departing flights tonight that either made it out very late or are being rescheduled for new flights tomorrow that they hope will have new attendants on there. But if the pilots go on strike tomorrow, it will virtually ground American Airlines to a halt. Just 20% of nearly 800 passengers scheduled to depart on American flights made it out of Portland today. And because American could not put together sufficient flight crews, 3 American planes departed today without passengers. They carried freight and mail only. One American passenger who waited for 6 hours in Chicago had some very good advice for anyone traveling American tomorrow.
We got stuck in Chicago.
Yeah, no. Change your tickets. Find another airline. I mean, they're doing the best they can. They're trying, but they're dead in the water. At this point, you should see Chicago's a mess. People running around the American place trying to find alternate tickets and stuff. If you can, change your tickets. We can't. We're stuck.
American has scheduled 3 flights for tomorrow in addition to tonight's 10:30 scheduled departure. And of course, that is all dependent on finding enough crew members to run the flights. And Mike and Shirley, we might also add the arrivals from Chicago tonight. Flight 687 scheduled for arrival at 1:44 will be here sometime around 3:30 this morning. And the flight from Dallas-Fort Worth, flight 1957, is scheduled to arrive about 12 o'clock. We're told that's going to be about 3 hours late as well. So lots of delays, lots of people here at the counter with last-minute things, trying to reschedule flights. And it could get a lot worse, as we say, if the pilots decide to walk out as well tomorrow.
Thanks, Cor. Cor Harlan at PIA. You can get some help through the telephone.
You sure can. If you're about to travel on American, we've got an 800 number for you to call. You can check on flight changes, cancellations, or those long delays. The
number to call, 1-800-433-7300. If your flight is canceled, ticket agents will try to book you on another airline. Again, that help number, 1-800-433-7300.
President Clinton tried some mid-air fence mending on his way to the Asian-Pacific Economic Conference in Seattle today. Clinton called AFL-CIO Chief Lane Kirkland from Air Force One. The labor leader was bitterly opposed to the North American Free Trade Agreement passed Wednesday by the House. Kirkland and other labor leaders were in no mood for conciliation.
That this president, who sought the assistance and the help and the financial support of this group and many groups around the country, has now turned his back on us.
On the ground in Seattle, Clinton extended an olive branch to NAFTA opponents, telling them dropping trade barriers will mean more customers for American goods. He promised a hangar full of Boeing workers he'd do some of the legwork himself.
Someone sort of made fun of me the other day. They said, you know, President Clinton is almost like a rug merchant out there selling American products. Well, I'm not ashamed that I've asked other countries to buy Boeing, and I'll do it again if given half the chance.
Clinton will have plenty of opportunities to sell planes at the APEC meeting, but probably won't leave Seattle with any short-term trade agreements.
Police tonight are holding a Vancouver, Washington man for the murders of 2 elderly Forest Grove residents. Police removed the bodies from the 1300 block of Elm Street in Forest Grove just after 5 o'clock this evening. Neighbors say the suspect in the killing was a close friend of the elderly man living at the home.
I saw the two go in and out of his house. Like, he was doing some chores for him. No big deal.
It's pretty sad and everything that he would do such a thing like that to such old people. Yeah. And there's people who were nice to him and everything.
Police say 23-year-old Robert Dale Alexander surrendered to police in Vancouver earlier today in connection with the killings. The Washington County District Attorney's Office will extradite Alexander to Oregon, where charges are still pending. Motorists got a scare in Aloha tonight when a hazardous material spill closed more than 10 blocks along Farmington Road.
Hey, we still got a positive on number 1.
Positive on number 1.
Police set up roadblocks at 6:30 after receiving an emergency call from a motorist who said he'd just driven through a white cloud of steam generated by an acid spill. Emergency crews arrived and found a small container of muriatic acid. Crews added chemicals to neutralize the substance. It is commonly used to clean dirt and mortar off bricks used in home construction.
A Northeast Portland woman apparently made up that story about being abducted from the Clackamas Town Center Mall. She faces charges of filing a false police report. The woman is identified as 21-year-old Patricia Fonchone. She told police a transient kidnapped her at gunpoint, sexually assaulted her, and forced her to drive up Interstate 5 as far as Chehalis. The FBI referred the case to the Attorney General's office tonight for possible prosecution. A man who identified himself as Shone's husband, Jason, talked to Newsroom 6 last night. We contacted him by phone tonight, and he maintains he did not know his wife made up the story. Oregonians may have to pay for a big mistake by the 1982 legislature. The Supreme Court today ruled that those lawmakers unrightfully took $81 million from the Workers' Compensation Company, SAFE, to balance the budget. With interest, that's close to $200 million, or $50 for every man, woman, and child in Oregon. The Supreme Court says the money transfer was a breach of contract. State number crunchers are still trying to determine exactly how much is owed and how this will all affect you.
Some Portland employees of United Way are accusing that agency of uncharitable behavior. In October, some local staff signed this memo to the board chairman. They criticized a plan to make employees pay a portion of their health benefits, while at the same time giving executive director David Paradine a raise. An unidentified ex-worker says she speaks for others.
To give David Paradine a raise so that he makes $120,000 a year, and then to tell a single mother who works as a secretary at United Way and qualifies for food stamps that from now on she's going to have to pay 50% of her dependent's insurance.
Do you have any comment concerning the amount you make, the amount anybody else makes?
It's just too general.
Paradine's salary is the third highest among local charity directors. The board of directors of the Columbia-Willamette chapter of United Way met tonight to address the workers' concerns. Directors will not comment on the outcome. 85% of all United Way contributions go to needy agencies. Oregon Congressman Bob Smith is retiring after more than a decade on Capitol Hill. Sources close to the 62-year-old Smith also says he does not plan to run for governor. Smith, a conservative Republican, has been a strong supporter of farmers, ranchers, and loggers, often clashing with preservationists. Smith plans to announce his retirement next week in Medford.
A federal grand jury today stepped up its investigation into possible dirty tricks and law-breaking in the New Jersey governor's race. Longtime Republican strategist Ed Rollins refused to talk with reporters, but he did testify this morning behind closed doors. The grand jury is investigating whether Rollins or other Republicans paid to suppress Democratic voter turnout, especially in black precincts.
As the Senate debates the crime bill, the military is taking flack. The General Accounting Office made a startling announcement about the lack of security at military arsenals. The GAO says all the guns kept in this federal storehouse were used in crimes, and many were stolen from military warehouses. Federal agents say the weapons keepers are often unaware of the thefts.
Oftentimes, our agents will be acquiring firearms in the field that the military won't be aware of the fact that they're stolen until we notify the military that we've recovered the weapon.
The Pentagon admitted to losing weapons and explosives 13 times in the past 3 years. The ATF says it's recovered military weapons 283 times in that same period.
I had a warning to parents tonight. Some of the toys on the market this holiday season, as in every year, could injure your kids. This replica machine gun could damage your child's hearing, according to the Institute for Injury Reduction. They warn parents to check for dangerous toys like the Robin Hood bow and arrow, which has a soft tip that kids can remove. This toy gun could easily injure a child's finger. The Institute suggests that all parents arm themselves with a weapon and empty toilet paper tube. If a toy or pieces of toys can fit through the tube, they can also get lodged in a child's throat.
Up ahead on Newsroom 6, a story about a new program to help women of color get better health care. Plus, the nation's craziest on-air radio team takes their act on the road and makes a big splash in Portland.
And later in sports, the Blazers look like a new team tonight against the Bulls. Ed Whelan will make you cheer.
5 seconds on the clock. Over Kukoc. Looks good. Is good.
Hey, over here. You know, sometimes statistics don't say much. But when you're talking 800,000 Mercury Sable owners, that's saying something. Like Sable is a design leader. People expect features like dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, V6 power, and a long list of comforts. But even an impressive statistic like myself can't show you Sable's smooth, comfortable ride. For that, you'll have to test drive one yourself. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
Before you know it, Christmas is going to hit you right in the face. And you'll be so busy shopping for other people, you won't have time for anything else. So you better go to G.I. Joe's and prepare for the long haul now. Grab yourself a bottle of Xerox antifreeze, for goodness sake, and some 2010 windshield washer fluid so you can see where you're going. Make sure you have everything you need before it gets ugly out there. Because you never know when something as simple as wiper blades will really come in handy.
Ho, ho, ho!
Come to Meyer & Frank's two-day fine jewelry sale. Friday and Saturday only, save 50% on our entire stock of diamonds, colored stones, 14-karat gold, and cultured pearl jewelry. This sapphire and diamond ring, only $89.99. These 80-point total weight diamond earrings, now $499. And this 2-carat diamond S tennis bracelet, only $999. At Meyer & Frank's two-day fine jewelry sale. Friday and Saturday only.
Right now, we're seeing a lot of very savvy shoppers.
People who've waited till the end of the model year to get the best price. And they're right. This is a great time to save.
At Damero, you'll find over 2,000 cars and trucks.
All clearly marked with our absolute lowest price. And we're sure it's the best price you'll find anywhere.
Plus, we have 6.4% financing.
For up to 73 months. And you keep all factory rebates. Right now at Damero.
Where the Northwest shops for Fords.
National studies tell us that women are in worse health than men. One reason is poverty.
And the situation gets even worse for minority women who are at greater risk for disease. Denise Boyer tonight shows us a program that is trying to change that.
Nestled in the orchards of Hood River, you will find families who feel very separated from the community. Isabel Sanchez comes to help. She's a welcome face.
Hola. Pásate.
Isabel is a health promoter for a unique program called La Familia Sana, or the Healthy Family. The families are migrant workers. She speaks the language and understands the culture. She gains trust.
Because I feel like a lot of we women have the same experiences.
Cuando llegamos a este país,
when we arrive here in this country, and I'd like to be able to see the difference,
y no pasar por lo mismo que nosotros pasamos,
and that they don't go through the same things that we went through.
Women like Rosa Gonzalez feel lonely, isolated. Isabel provides contact.
Sometimes I need some ideas about my children, and I call them, and they can share that with me.
7 health promoters work for La Familia Sana. The lay workers sometimes travel hours to reach families and spend a day talking with them.
We talk about medicines and we talk about everything, but a lot of times behind what is initially seen
Está que hay violencia doméstica.
There might be domestic violence,
O alcoholismo.
alcoholism,
O depresión.
depression.
The Census Bureau says that within the next 7 years, Hispanics will comprise the largest minority group in the U.S. Here in Hood River, 1 out of 3 residents is an Hispanic, and women in that group face some health issues that other minority women don't.
Minority women, by their genetic makeup, have a higher incidence of high blood pressure and diabetes.
Dr. Linda DeSitter with Los Clinica, the minority health clinic, says there are many health issues minority women share in common. Tuberculosis is 4 times higher among blacks and Hispanics compared to Caucasians. Diabetes risk is double for blacks compared to whites, 3 times higher for Hispanics, and it's 5 times higher among Native American women compared to the rest of the population. Minority women are at greater risk for heart disease and AIDS. Isolated, without access to care, the health problems often get worse before they get attention.
But if it comes down to whether her children will eat next week or she will get a certain test or procedure, she will always choose her children.
Rosa says La Familia Sana helped her access the services she needed. She has a job now and a feeling that she belongs.
I've made a lot of friends to talk with that I didn't have before.
Hood River is now becoming home. Denise Boyer, Newsroom 6.
La Familia Sana started 5 years ago. It is funded by a grant.
Disc jockeys always seem to get into the swim of things. And today on the Willamette River, the LA pair that wake up Portland every morning let others swim for them.
Your head's going to be coming out your butt. Clear the ledge down there. Clear the ledge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it goes. Oh!
That's Mark in the red suit and Brian in the hat. They broadcast from L.A. to 7 cities on the West Coast. Today in Portland, they practiced the proper way to say Willamette, but had some trouble with Columbia Gorge.
From the boat, the George, the Columbia Gorge. Yeah. Here in Portland.
Mark and Brian have improved morning ratings for KGON. They learned today in person how to make Portlanders laugh. Mark and Brian's fans hope they'll just keep rolling along on FM 92.3.
Sure it's .3?
I'm really not sure.
We are. It's
Oh, okay.
92.3, believe me. We
Made me
researched
doubt it
that.
for a moment there.
Sports is coming up next on Newsroom 6. Sir Charles is in another jam. This time another brawl, another bar.
And here in Portland, the Blazers showed the dehorned Bulls who's in charge at Memorial Coliseum.
Let's talk fun. Let's talk Jeep Wrangler. Let's talk lots of fun. Hey, let's talk lease. Enough talk. Go to your local Jeep and Eagle dealer and test drive one. It's the least we can do for you.
I'd like a steak for dinner.
So would I.
You know, maybe I'd like some seafood.
Would you make up your mind?
Sizzler's introducing Build Your Own Platter. 8 great items to pick from. At lunch, choose 1 like grilled chicken for $3.99. For dinner, choose any 2 like steak and shrimp for $5.99. Or choose any 3 and build your own huge platter for $7.99.
I'll have the steak and scallops.
I'll have the salmon and shrimp.
Me too.
Would you make up your mind?
Tonight on Late Show with David Letterman, Charles Kuralt and Bob Dylan.
I'm Dave. I want to be your best friend.
No, you haven't seen this before. Introducing the tough new chip-resistant finish on the '94 Chevy S-Series. So new from the inside out. Everything else is history.
Like a rock. Oh, like a rock.
Newsroom 6 Sports is brought to you by Makita. It's all the power you need.
If they had played tonight's game in Chicago, the fans would have left at halftime. The Blazer fans, though, enjoyed the whole four
If this
quarters.
thing was a prize fight, man, it would have been called in the first round. Hello, everybody. Nice seeing you again, folks. Buck Williams lit out against the Bulls like a scout on Davy Crockett's wagon train. No kidding. Williams looked like topwater bait as the Blazers blew out the world champs. Williams started running in the first quarter after a 4-on-2 break. Porter to Buck, 7-2 Blazers. By the way, 3 for Clifford Robinson, who started for Harvey Grant, who is sick as a dog with a cold. The Blazers led 29-21 after one. Then Strickland to Kersey, 45-26. Portland in the second. Then Charles Williams started running again. Porter knocked it from Dave Johnson, who played poorly. Porter to Kersey to Buck Williams. Say it tough. Buck Williams, slam dunk. Then Drexler grabbed it to Strickland, and what a pass by Strickland to Buck Williams, 54-29, Blazers in the second. Then Clifford knocks it away to Strickland, over to the glide, and the Blazers led by 28, 64-36, Portland at recess. Third stands, and Clifford drilled it. The Blazers went up 30 points. Then Clyde Drexler to B.J. Armstrong took B.J. Armstrong to school. The Blazers by 33 points. Then Clifford Robinson tracked it down like Bulldog Drummond. Out to Strickland. Low ball to Buck Williams. Holler his name. Who's your daddy? The Blazers led 96-65 after 3. Tracy Murray scored 6 straight in the fourth. Kersey to Murray here. Portland stomps the Chicago Bulls 120-98. The starters were taking it easy by the end of the third. Buck only had 8, but if they gave points for hustle, Williams would have had 100 points. Easy money tonight, but the Blazers play in Phoenix tomorrow.
Defensively, we played well. Something I thought we didn't really do too hot last game. We helped out and we were kind of aggressive on the ball. Still left guys open that we shouldn't, but, overall we played a good defensive game.
Had a very exciting game. We rebounded basketball and defending very well, and that's why we were able to get in the open floor. And that's what we need to do.
Yeah, Buck played extremely well tonight. He got out in open court, and, Rod, myself, and other guys did a great job of, finding him and finding other players who did a great job of filling the wings and getting easy opportunities and easy dunks.
Yeah, Buck rebounded the heck out of the ball tonight. You can just go right down the lineup. Jerome came in, I thought, in the first half and gave us a really big lift, and Cliff was very confident what he wanted to do. It was just a very good game all the way around.
Hey, is that Bobby Knight? No, Bobby doesn't wear glasses, and Rush doesn't either, so it's not him. Houston is hotter than a Texas sidewalk against the Pacers. Kenny Smith to Otis, my man Thorpe for the hammer dunk. 24 points and 11 boards for OT. What a sorry trap by the Pacers on Scott Brooks. Hakeem, the Dream, was wide open for the easy money jam. The Dream had 19 points. Pretty boy Reggie Miller's injured ankle broke his string of starting games at 354, but Reggie still made the highlight reel. Reggie sassed the ref from the bench late in the game, picked up a tee and got tossed out in his suit. Houston handled the Pacers 99-83. The Rockets are unbeaten at 8-0. Only 4 games tonight. The Lakers lost big at Golden State and Dallas over the Clippers. Houston remains unbeaten, and Denver shocks Cleveland after the Cavs won in Portland the other night. Police are investigating another barroom scuffle involving Sir Charles Barkley. Yeah, Barkley allegedly yelled obscenities at 2 women and punched a guy in this Scottsdale, Arizona pub last night. It apparently happened after the 2 women tried to talk with Barkley, who cussed them and told them to leave him alone. A man accompanying the women told Barkley to watch his mouth. The man, identified as Edward Durham, alleges Barkley then came after him and landed a punch.
I've always said and always will say that I will always defend myself verbally or physically. Just because I'm Charles Barkley, I don't have to take crap off people. That's it. See ya.
Yeah, he's no role model. Once again, the Blazers are in Phoenix to play Barkley and the Suns tomorrow night. The Winterhawks took their winning act on the road to Seattle tonight. The Hawks play keep away, and then Adam Ditmarsh punches it in. Then on the break, right winger Brad Isbister tees off, and it goes right through the wickets. And here's your closer, another goal for Ditmarsh. The Hawks threaten a 9-4 win. They come home for a biggie with second place Tacoma Saturday night.
At Charles Barkley. What a character.
You wouldn't want him mad at you.
No. Mike?
Weather news is next. Randy forecasts a weekend with a split personality. Sunshine and snow. We'll be right back.
The world of Makita design. innovating, always a leader. So how do you make the best even better? Throw away the key. Makita. It's all the power you need. For a limited time, receive a free extra battery with your Makita purchase.
Do cars really sell for less in Vancouver? The Vancouver auto dealers believe it, and more than a few of you do, too. People are buying in record numbers, taking advantage of the big savings available in Vancouver every single day. So when you're ready to buy a car or truck, come and see us, or call our convenient Vancouver Auto Dealers hotline, 222-2222. See if we can save you some money, and see if you don't believe, as we do, that cars simply sell for less.
In Vancouver!
I use a shampoo for dandruff, but my scalp still itches like crazy.
You need Scalpicin, the revolutionary scalp medicine for deep scalp itch, not ordinary dandruff. Scalpicin is not a shampoo. It's a clear liquid you don't wash away like shampoo. Apply Scalpicin anytime for deep scalp itch relief, with medicine chosen by doctors over all these dandruff shampoo formulas. Scalpicin penetrates to relieve the itch and help prevent flaking.
The itch is gone.
Scalpicin, the scalp medicine for deep scalp itch.
As snow levels are rising in the mountains, lease rates are falling on Pathfinders to just $279 a month. See your participating Nissan dealer and lease a Pathfinder XEV6 now for $279 a month for 36 months with $1,000 down. What are you waiting for? Christmas?
Randy's going to give you an update now on the snow in the forecast.
Yeah, have you ever been bowling, Shirley?
Yes, it was disastrous.
Okay, you know how when you're bowling, the ball's heading down the middle and you're thinking strike, 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 and the last second, 7-10 split. That's kind of the way it is with snow. You don't know until the last few feet what's going to happen. But right now
the forecast may go in the gutter.
Well, right now we're renting our shoes. We're not even close enough to be able to figure out what's going to happen next. The satellite picture, before we get to the snow, we'll talk about what's ahead for the next couple of days. Very high pressure over the northwest, keeping the clouds to the north of us. Some mid and high level clouds will be working through. The big story in weather right now has to be fog. Dense fog in many areas of the valley. Visibilities in places like Salem and Eugene already down to 1/4 to 1/8 of a mile. And that'll be with us overnight and again tomorrow morning in many areas. 11 p.m. it's cloudy and 42 degrees. Wind is calm with the barometer 30.61. Very, very high for us and holding steady. Precipitation last 6 hours. Just a little bit in the western side of the state of Washington. Daytime highs 50 for Portland, 50 for Salem, 49 for Eugene. Here's our national satellite picture. Just not a really active day. Hasn't been a very active week for weather. There has been some snow up in South Dakota, an inch at Deadwood, another inch at Sheridan in Wyoming. In fact, snow showers all throughout central Wyoming. 3 inches at Arrowhead Lodge in Wyoming. Snow advisory for the northern mountains of Colorado. Temperatures today in Florida, 88 at Fort Myers. Also 88 degrees in Hollywood, Florida. I guess the big story, though, not just nationally and for us, is going on in Alaska. Wind chills tonight over the Yukon Valley and Bethel, Alaska, 45 to 50 degrees below zero. Now, why is that important to us? Because that air is not going to stay up in Alaska forever. It is going to move, and it's going to come our way. Talk more about that in a minute. First of all, the forecast for tomorrow. The northwest looks dry. California looks sunny. Looks a little bit snowy in Minneapolis with a high of 33. Quite windy in the northern Plains states. Now, if you want to talk about snow, stay right where you are for 2 minutes.
Okay, let's get started. Mitsubishi Eclipse is really coming on in this market.
Look at those GSX features. All-wheel drive, anti-lock brakes.
They have models starting at only $11,979. That's thousands of dollars less than our sports model.
And $700 cash back?
And there are other reasons. Town and Country, Vancouver, Courtesy, Tom DeLonge.
How are we supposed to compete with that?
I guess we start selling Mitsubishi.
So, you're going to Mervyn Super Sale?
Oh, it's this weekend. I made plans.
Let me see that.
Oh, that's my thing.
Well, we'll just unplan you.
Huh?
Come on, savings throughout the store, great deals for your whole family. You want to pass that up?
Well, no, but you can't just call.
Hello, Querin.
Oh,
Deborah can't make tennis. She's going to Mervyn Super Sale. Bye-bye. There.
Well?
She completely understands, and she'll meet you there.
Great!
Yeah. Don't miss Mervin's Super Sale starting Saturday, 9 a.m.
Open, open, open!
呢度有個叉骨攤有個嘢好好食嘅，但係點解佢唔就咁叫蛋卷呢？
De cat burrito bij Taco-Time is gewoon een soort lumpia. Son imposibles de describir y nunca he probado nada igual.
Crunchy, fresh, and filled with chicken meat or refried beans. No wonder they're world famous. They're from Taco Time.
We make it fresh every day. Taco Time.
The GMC Safari is the perfect ski vehicle. And between now and Christmas, when you buy one, you get a free mountain bike from G.I. Joe's. Buy a Club Coupe Sierra with greater interior room and ground clearance than its Ford counterpart, and you get a free mountain bike. So see your Northwest GMC truck team today. Good deals from good dealers. Buy a Safari or any GMC truck, get a free bike. Buy a Club Coupe Sierra, get a free bike.
Write this down, keep it in the back of your head for the coming weekend. Short over-water trajectory. That's what we need if we're going to get snow in the western valleys. Cold air coming down over land stays cold. Cold air coming down over water warms up. But cold air that comes down over land then takes a quick dip out into the water to get more moisture and then jumps back over land, brings snow. That could happen. The computers say that is what is going to happen late Sunday into Monday. We will see. Still a lot of time between now and then for things to change. Forecast for tonight, it's going to be cold in the east with clear skies. 15 in Baker City, down to 5 in Burns. For tomorrow, everybody's going to be dry, I think. We will have some fog. Fog advisories are out for dense fog in the Willamette Valley, but temperatures should be very, very pleasant. 49 for Portland, 45 for Eugene. And as I mentioned, that 5-day forecast, beginning Sunday night, a chance for rain mixed with snow in the western valleys. More on this tomorrow.
So we'll see as the ball approaches the pins.
When we come back, behind the scenes of Lonesome Dove, Rick Schroeder and John Voight reunite after first working together 15 years ago.
Impress yourself and save up to $1,500 on a Subaru Impreza during the Subaru Holiday Price Break. Now you can enjoy the responsiveness, the superior handling, and the safety of an all-wheel drive Impreza with savings up to $1,500. So why settle for a front-wheel drive Sentra, Civic, or Corolla? The all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza, a great way to make the Subaru Holiday Price Break your lucky break.
When my wife's away, I'm not only a father, I'm a mom. At least I've got help from US West, like voice messaging.
Message 1.
And on the road, I use my US West cellular phone. And I never miss calls with my additional line. Hello? Hi, son. A concert Saturday? With US West, I can make better use of my time, so I can have more time for my latest hobby, cooking. Cajun stir-fried meatballs. They'll love that.
US West, making the most of your time.
Our giant 2-day sale, Friday and Saturday at Meyer and Frank. 2 days to save, 4 convenient ways to charge. 2-day sale, Friday and Saturday at Meyer and Frank.
Put a luggage cart in a suitcase and what do you get? Samsonite's Piggyback. It's particularly handy on long trips like the one from your car to the ticket counter.
I wish I were younger.
I wish I was older.
I wish I were stronger.
I wish I were more successful. In a world where it seems nothing is ever enough, isn't it nice to know something actually is? Lexus, ranked #1 car line in customer satisfaction for the 3rd year in a row, and we still wish we were better. See Lexus of Portland for a totally satisfying experience.
Tonight's CBS movie, Return to Lonesome Dove, reunited a couple of actors who first worked together 15 years ago.
Ernie Anastas tonight goes behind the scenes for the story.
The last time they worked together in the movie The Champ, Rick Schroeder was 7 years old, and John Voight played his father and helped the kid with his lines. 15 years later, Voight again plays the father, but this time the kid is helping him.
The things that we did way back then, we still did here, only it was reversed. Now off camera, I used to help him and do little things off camera with him, and that's what he's doing for me here.
Don't shoot. Come on, he's just a boy.
Now married with 2 children and a 15,000-acre Colorado ranch, Schroeder says that he's glad to be able to work with Voight again and to play Newt.
He's faced with a lot of difficult choices, and a lot of choices, you know, every young man has to make. And he makes the right ones.
I'm riding out too.
There is a genuine respect for the original Lonesome Dove here. John Voight and Louis Gossett Jr. both admit to being huge fans. The two forged a friendship that is not unlike the characters they play.
You saved one another's life without thinking. You protected one another without thinking. That's the deepest kind of bond.
So you can feel a sense of pride among cast and crew in bringing this story to life. As William Sanderson, who plays Lippy, the piano player, said, 5 years ago, God touched us on the shoulder and said, I want you to make this Western, son. And now we get to come back and do it again. Ernie Anastas for CBS.
One of the best novels ever written.
I want to read that book. I hear it's just fabulous.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night.